Hi everyone! Today I have my regulation orange shirt on for VIP kid teachers. Anyway, today we are going to talk a little bit about the thing that causes many well-intentioned teachers to put the skids on when it comes to using puppets as teaching tools. Now, as online teachers, we have a great advantage. Because when you're using a puppet and speaking through the puppet, you can actually hold the puppet up in front of your face and close to the camera so that when you're speaking with the puppet, your face is not on camera. So let me demonstrate very quickly what I mean here. Beanie Bichon, we're going to invite you. Hello, Beanie.
Hello.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so see what I just did there? I put Beanie up close to the camera, and you can't see that I'm speaking. You can't see I'm moving my mouth because Beanie is blocking me. But when I use Beanie in class, I don't even really do that. I just hold her next to me, and what I have found from years and years, decades of using puppets with kids is that it doesn't matter. When the puppet's speaking, you become invisible. And I was delighted to find out that the Muppeteers, the people who managed the Muppets, who performed with Jim Henson's Muppets on shows such as Sesame Street and The Muppet Show and all of those shows that everybody loves, that they often would take their puppets out into the street, or their Muppets, I should say, out into the street and talk with the public walking by on the sidewalk. Kids would run up to Elmo and all the rest of the gang, Bert and Ernie. And what the Muppeteers, who are not ventriloquists, Jim Henson himself was not a ventriloquist. What they found was that the kids paid no attention to them. They only paid attention to the puppet. So you have an advantage because you can put your puppet right in front of you and move its mouth, and the children won't see your face. But I can guarantee you that even if you don't do that, it doesn't matter. But if you want an easy way to begin, there's really a couple of easy ways to begin with the whole voice thing. Put the puppet in front of you, that's number one. The other thing you can do is have a puppet. Now, Beanie's very vocal. She talks a lot, right, Beanie?
That's true.
Beanie really talks a lot with the kids.
Sometimes I have to teach the whole class all by myself.
Well, I don't know about that. But what I was going to say was Beanie does have a voice, very much a well-developed personality. But an animal puppet like this is always a good choice because instead of speaking with words, an animal puppet can always just make an animal sound for you to interpret, like this. What's that, Beanie? What? You think we should sing the song? Oh, you want to sing the song too? Okay. So you can do that. You don't need words. The other thing you can do is, like I had shown you my bunny rabbit puppet in a different video. Come here, bunny rabbit. Bunny doesn't speak. Bunny has never had a voice. So Bunny can just whisper in your ear. What? What? You think it's time to begin? What? What? We should give Bow Bow a star? Okay, let's give Bow Bow a star. So the puppet can whisper, the puppet can make an animal sound, or you can hold the puppet right up in front of your face. Those are 3 techniques. So not wanting to use a voice with a puppet is not an excuse for you. Okay, thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.